Yete baru ditate Yete karu ditate baru Yete karu ditate baru kahama sataru apu kahama sataru apu kahama sataru apu. Sorry for any mistakes. I'm still correcting my language.
Adar Zagduk Kunichu Mantar Shivai Namah Namah Shivai Adar Zagduk Kunichu Mantar Shivai Namah Namah Shivai Tripanchanaino Hi adi divo jata mukut chui gandits divo hi Sandar Shekhar Trilochanaye Shivai Namah Namah Shivai Bihits Gauri Sut nalai valit chui sarpan hundi dushalai sahastra surya tij manjataye Shivai Namah Namah Shivai Adar Zagtuk Kunichu Mantar Shivai Namah Namah Shivai. Gawa shuru. Sut nalai valit chui sarpan hundi dushalai sahastra surya tij manjataye Shivai Namah Namah Shivai. Namaskar.
So, not too much room because we are doing like one bhajan. Auntie is doing one bhajan and our vandana, and then you can come there. Yes, please. So, I don't need the microphone for this, but still, just to make it official, formal, we are accepting donations for this event, as well as there is going to be an information desk over here that will be run by Upharji and Sanjeevji about the Mata Kheer Bhavani Trust, Mata Kheer Bhavani Temple, Mata Kheer Bhavani Temple and Cultural Center that we are working towards over the next few years. Hopefully we'll have one. So there will be another desk for that Sanjeevji and Upharji will be happy to share more information. So we are setting up the donation desk right now. Okay, thank you.
I'll sing some Vedic mantras. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Hari Om. Ishavasya sarvam Yatkincham Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Muchitha Magradah Kasasya Vidhanam Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stutvanti Divestve Vedai Sangpada Kramopanishade Gayantiyam Samaga Dhyanavsthitadgate Namanasa Pashyantiyam Yogino Yasyanatam Navidusura Surgama Devaya Tasmai Namha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Panghulanghayate Giram Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhava Ya Kunde Dutushar Haradhana Ya Shubhra Vastravrita Ya Veena Vardanda Mandit Kara Ya Shwet Padmasana Ya Brahma Chut Shankar Pribhiti me Devai Sada Vandita Samana Patu Saraswati Bhagavati Nishesh Jadyapaha Namostute Vyasa Vishal Buddhe Fullar Vindayata Patra Netra Tena Tvaya Bharat Telya Purna Prajwalita Jnanamaya Pradeep Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Ve Brahmanidho Vashisthaya Namo Namah. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahavirya Karvavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidishavahe. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Acha, I'll sing one lalwa, that's all. Garan Vannam Kunai Vatsun Nibradupnam Andrei Atsun Sui Melal Go वाक्त वचुन तवई हो तुम नंगई न चुन तवई हो तुम नंगई न चुन. Over to Virendra.
आपने हिंदी पर में जाए मैं खुलो आँख हिंदी नहीं हिंदी पर she is very good in हिंदी मैं कहा अंग्रेजी तो नहीं बोलेगी चलो छोड़.
बस एक बात मुझसे मेरे गुरु बोले, बस एक बात मुझसे मेरे गुरु बोले, तू बाहर कहाँ भटकती भीतर हो ले, आदेश बने ये शब्द प्रेरणा मेरे, आदेश बने ये शब्द प्रेरणा मेरे, तब से मैं नाची नग्न मग्न पट खोले, तब से मैं नाची नग्न मग्न पट खोले, तब से मैं नाची नग्न मग्न पट खोले.
So for the benefit of those who don't understand Hindi or Kashmiri, I wanted to attempt in English. This walk is very close to me as well. It says, when I started exploring my spirituality, when I started exploring understanding the world, and I asked my guru how to do that, my guru explained that you have to stop looking outside. So like don't look outside in the world, look inside. And that's where I started realizing that I don't need to have a pretense. I don't need to have a garment decorating me. It is the beauty inside that I need to work on. And over here, there is one more layer that I feel it's important to sort of think about is, who is Guru? That's a question that everybody asks. You know, you find a lot of teachers, but who is a real Guru? And one of the beauties of Kashmir Shaivism is you can be your own Guru. You can listen to your senses, you can listen to your heart, your mind, and be your own Guru. So there is no hard and fast definition. There is no physical symbolism required for a Guru. Guru is just paying attention to nature, paying attention to whatever you come across. So that's the beauty of this walk for me, and I thought I'll share this with everybody. Thank you.
ओम नमः शिवाय. दम दम ओमकार मन परनोवुम पानय परांत पानय बोजान सुहम पदस अहम गोलुम तिल लल्बवर्तुस prakasathan. With this narration of Param Shaivi Yogini Mata Laleshwari, we seek her grace and blessings. Actually, my first reaction is I feel as if I am in either Mathura or Vrindavan, not in America. That is the environment. Very beautiful, blissful environment. So thanks to Prabhuji. And I want Prabhuji to listen one thing. As just now Rishikji has explained, explore within, God is within us only. Everything is one. Lord Shiva, Krishna, all are one manifestation only. If my Kashmiri friends remember, there was a great Krishna Bhakta, Pandit Parmanand. That was during end of Pathan rule. His Legend says that he will be in trance, he will dance. He said on my one shoulder is Radha, one shoulder is Krishna. And his very famous Leela is called Radha Swayamvar. This says, Gukal Haday Myon, Tatichon Gurivan, Sat Vimarsh Diptamana Bhagavano. I had interaction with some Mathura and Vrindavan scholars, Krishna Bhaktas. I explained them this meaning of this shalok, Radha Swayamvar. I say, Pandit Paramanand says, Are Gukal is within me only. Gukal Haday Myon. Gukal is within me. Mere andar hi Gukal hai. Gukal is within me only. Dear, I see your play. Dear, I see your divine play. Chit and Vimarsh, light and experiences before me. Oh Lord Krishna. You know, then one of the Christian great scholar, he got up, he said, this Baba Radha. He spoke about half an hour, explaining my own narration. The point is, everything is one, and this was our great culture, great focus of Kashmir, that the inner bhakti, divine is within you only. So there were great hidden masters, men, women, doing ordinary household chores. They were realized masters. We should have I wish a separate session for this, explain this, when we can get inspiration for this. Now, I also want to remind my friends, what is the Kashmir's great contribution in many fields, music, aesthetics, spirituality. Traditionally about Shaivism, normally Banaras was a learning center. People would do PhD in Banaras, all Vedas, Upanishads, Agam Shastra, many theories were taught in Banaras, was a learning center. But after Banaras, they would go to Sharda Peeth in Kashmir for the higher sadhanas. To realize those higher things practically, Kashmir was the place. Not only in Shaivism, even Buddhism masters, they will also go to Sharda Peeth and get learning from Kashmir. That was a greatness about our this Kashmir, the Sharda Peeth. Now, today's topic is inner bliss with Kashmir Shaivism. Inner bliss with Kashmir Shaivism. So, how to explore bliss? I will request my friends to close the eyes, relax. Only request is keep neck straight. That's all. Relax and keep neck straight. And only once chant with me Om, and then again listen to me further. Now, I will chant Om, you please chant with me Om. First, take 2-3 long breaths. Full exhale, full inhale. Now I will chant Om, please chant with me Om, once only. Kindly keep eyes closed, neck straight, smile on your face, breathe normally. Please explore a thoughtless state. Avoid all thoughts. Let no thought come to you. Please avoid all thoughts, thoughtless, desireless state. Smile on your face. I will not accept any thought. No thought should come to you. Leave our thought. Let only, of course, divine grace only be with you. No thought and consequently no desires. This is the taste of thoughtless, desireless state. Do practice sometime at your own convenience. You will see a new charm in your inner self. Now, Om Namah Shivaya. Many friends are telling, what is this Kashmir Shaivism? How it will benefit me? How it is useful to me? And most of the friends say that, can it help me in the present situation? Okay, great things are there. Can it help me in the present situation I am in? What can it teach me presently? Quoting Swami Sarupriyananda. Swami Sarupriyananda is a young, handsome monk heading the Ramakrishna Mission of US. He's based in New York. He's very popular on YouTube. He has a very vast knowledge, a diverse knowledge. He says, I am a basically Vedantic lineage scholar. I go to my master that I am doing practice. I'm not getting any benefit. He said, try again. See, after 10 years, again try. Otherwise, good luck in the next Janma. But if you want to realization in this Janma, the path is Kashmir Shaivism. This Swami Sarupriyananda says, it has, Kashmir Shaivism has for every being. It has a sadhana, every being, so that you can really get that divine taste in this very life. Swamiji further says, if you can understand Kashmir Shaivism, you can really follow the gospel of Shri Ramakrishna, which is called the Bible of Ramakrishna Mission. He said you can understand the gospel better if you have a sound background of Kashmir Shaivism. Essentially, that means, what is Kashmir Shaivism is that it harmonizes material and spiritual life. It comes down to your level and teaches you. It uplifts you at your level only. Kashmir Shaivism is essentially, you may be following, I have this path, I have that path, I follow Krishna. Kashmir Shaivism offers you a catalyst. In your own sadhana, you can get some progress. As Rashik ji said, that Kashmir Shaivism, you are your own guru. Truth is, Kashmir Shaivism makes you your own judge. You can know what level you are so that you can rightly progress. So Kashmir Shaivism is, you can be you can be a best teacher, best businessman, best scholar, and a great divine person. So that is a big charm in Kashmir Shaivism. Now, let us explore a little further. So, Lord Shiva, let me do one thing. Let me do pranam. Let me do pranam to Lord Shiva, who resides in all of you as your inner divinity. Please remember, whether we are happy, not so happy, the divine light is fully shining within you. And to discover that divine light, that is the goal of Kashmir Shaivism. Those who have read in very common Shiv Puran, which says that Lord Shiva says, when there is decline of dharma, I do come in human form. I enlighten the world. In fact, these days I'm also associated with this. There's a big movement in America, Chhatarpur Jalandhar Wale Guruji. I don't know, somebody may be knowing that. And they call that Guruji was the Lord Shiva's incarnation. Second Adhyaya Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says very popular, Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya. Jab, when there's a decline of dharma, I come and enlighten world. We have a little Urdu touch of Kashmiri Urdu touch. Let me translate this Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya into Urdu language. Please remember one word that's called Tanazul. Tanazul means decline. They say, Tanazul par jis waqt aata hai dharm. Tanazul par jis waqt aata hai dharm. Are adharm aake karta hai bazaar garam. ये अंधेरा जब देख पाता हूं मैं तो इंसान की सूरत में आता हूं मैं. This is called Avatari Purush. How Avatari Purush are come in this world. Now what happened? They say, beginning of the Kali Yuga started. So priority was only materialism. What happened? All mantras were used only for material benefits. Goal realization became secondary importance. They say how it can help us for material progress. And with result, saints and sages got worried. They say it is no good to teach dharma to the people, to teach realization. Every mantra will be misused. So they say sages and saints went into hiding. They went into hiding, but Lord Shiva is ever merciful. When he sought the decline of dharma, he summoned sage Durvasa Rishi. He summoned sage Durvasa Rishi to Mount Kailash, and Lord Shiva assumed the form of Shri Kantanatha and completely initiated sage Durvasa Rishi in Shaiva Agamas. That's how this knowledge came first in the Kali Yuga. Now, sage Durvasa was fully initiated in Shaiva Agamas by Lord Shiva. After initiating him fully, Shri Kantanatha disappeared. Now, this knowledge came to sage Durvasa. So what he will do with knowledge? He thought, let me seek any worthy disciple I can share this wisdom. And my friends, how that time wisdom was shared, not by written material, not by lecture. I'll be speaking about this very important, called Pashanti level. Pashanti level is mental to mental. You know, before the Guru will initiate a shish completely in his knowledge, that's called Pashanti level. I mean, these are all our Oriental traditions. You should not be surprised. When they say Baba Farid went to meet Saint Kabir, he just met him, he came with gifts. Met Kabir, he hugged Kabir, and he was with Kabir, and they never talked. They exchanged through vibration, and they parted also through vibrations. This was a Pashanti level of teaching. They say he couldn't find any worthy disciple. So he created Manasputra, called mind-born son, Trambakratha, and fully initiated him in Shaiva Agamas. Then he also created mind-born daughter, Trambakaditya, and initiated her in some rahasya called Tantra Sadhana. And they say this system continued. Trambakanath again created mind-born son, and how these masters were produced. But they said 10th master was not that competent. He was advised to marry. So then he was advised to marry, then he initiated his son. It was like, master's father to son. And in some 5th or 6th century, there was a Sangam Ditya. He came and settled in Kashmir. Now, what is important now here I want to mention, in 8th century, there was a saint called Vasugupta. 8th century saint, there was a saint called Vasugupta. He was a great, humble devotee of Lord Shiva, realized master. That time the rule of was, Buddhists were ruling Kashmir, Buddhist theologists. There was a Nagabodhi. He said, I'm the boss. They told me, sir, there's a humble saint. Boss, we are very much impressed. He's a great. He said, who can be better than me? Summon him. Virtually, Vasugupta was summoned to Darbar of Nagabodhi. And Nagabodhi almost insulted him. He said, you know nothing, I know everything. Vasugupta returned, sad with his disciples. He said, oh, Lord Shiva, they did not allow me to speak. Why did I go there? They said, what happened? In the night dream, Lord Shiva appeared in the dream, told Vasugupta, go to Mahadev mountain, find Shiv Sutras and enlighten the world. Morning, with his disciples, he goes to Mahadev mountain on a rock, touches it in turn, and Shiv Sutras were inscribed. What are the Shiv Sutras? One of the basic Bible of Kashmir Shaivism. There are 3 levels of awakening. I will discuss this further, what is Shiv Sutra, and how this in 8th century, this knowledge spread, and that Mahadev mountain is nothing but, and the stone is called Shankarpal. after Harvan, this is Dachigam Forest Reserve. In fact, last year, I had extensive, we went to that area. Shankar Pal, I have many pictures, I will share that also with you. And that was in 8th century. Then what happened? His Shisha was, then second Shisha was, why we sometime, we must listen to the life of sages. It's a big guidance, we can ourselves progress in spirituality. It is a very interesting. The next great saint was Acharya Utpal Dev. Acharya Utpal Dev has given the main doctrine of recognition, Pratibhigya Darshan. The creation is Acharya Utpal Dev. So he was a humble householder. He would give it was a text of logics, Atma, existence of Atma, then Vedic view, Buddhist view, Jain view. So he was teaching this, how to realize the Atman, or how to realize the consciousness. He used to talk. Then his disciples told him, sir, he is a great thing. Why can't you give us a consolidated knowledge? He said, okay, come on a particular day, Pratibhigya Darshan, Vritti, commentary. Then he said, on a particular day, a gathering was organized. He entered some 22 shalukas of Pratibhigya Darshan. They say, it was very interesting. It's how we guide. They said nobody could understand a single word of what he said. But because of these disciples, they were great respect of Guru. Said, yes, they did pranam. They said, but one of the disciples was his own son. He had the courage. This is how he learned. He got up. He said, sir, Maharaj, you have diamond and jewels you have spread. But our intellect is very poor. We can't understand this. So kindly, be kind enough. Please explain your own thought. He said, okay. He was okay. On a particular day, that Virti, he gave commentary on Pratibhigya Darshan. There was a big gathering, so he was well known. They say he's a master of logic. He talks of logic, consciousness, the various views, how to control, what is the real views. Then he will come to self-recognition documents. They were expecting he will talk of logic. How he starts that lecture, he says, of course, praying to Ganesha, he said, Kadam chit maheshwari dasi bhavasya yathame pratibhigya. He says, Kadam, I don't know how, somehow, without logic or reason, I did not deserve this. Lord Shiva accepted me as his das, as his servant. Though I did not, this was extreme humility. I was not deserving this also. Miracle has happened. What miracle? Lord Shiva accepted me as his das, and because of das bhavana, this knowledge has come to enlighten the world. So Kashmir Shaivism is the highest humility, highest wisdom, highest dedication. And after Acharya Utpal Dev, the worthy of the great Guru is Acharya Abhinavgupta. You are all aware of his Tantra Loka. He has not only quoted spirituality, aesthetics, dance, Natya Shastra. A student of Natya Shastra has to learn Bharata Muni's Natya Shastra. But if you want to do master's degree in Natya Shastra, you learn Abhinav Bharati, Abhinavgupta's commentary on the Natya Shastra. Similarly, Dhani Loka, the theatre, Rasa, Navarasa. Dhani Loka is by Anandavardhan's Dhani Loka. But if you want to go into higher wisdom, there is Abhinavgupta's Dhani Loka Lochana, commentary on the Dhani Loka, master's piece. So he was this avatar of Lord Shiva, and Tantra Loka compiles all the various aspects and thoughts of Tantras. Every aspect. A man who reads Tantra Loka, he will become a realized master. But I want to tell you one thing. Very important thing is, the beginning of Tantra Loka, Acharya Abhinavgupta says, it talks of gratitude, abhar, gratitude, whom I am grateful to. This is how we learn. He said, I am first grateful to Bimla Kala, my mother. She was a yogini. She gave me birth, Bimla Kala. I am then grateful to Narsimgupta, my own father. He taught me the logic, grammar of Sanskrit. He said, without that I could not open the key of the wisdom. Then he talks of Lakshman Gupta. He taught him Pratibhigya Darshan. One Bhuti Raja, he taught him the secret Krama system. I mean, how one learns. He said, I had no dearth of teachers. I went to everybody. Anybody will teach me, I'll go. He said, when I went to Bhuti Raja, then I was watching his son, Hila Raja also came. I found he's also great knowledgeable. Then separately I went to his to learn from him also. Then I went to Hindu, she told me Nati Shastra, then this guru told me this. What is very important, he said, then I went to people, Nakali gurus. That time also Nakali gurus were there. They will call them to there. But claiming great masters. I said, let me know what is they are up to. Let me also try that. Then he said, ultimately, he said, Shambhunatha, Siddhanatha, Jagatudara. I went to Shambhunatha. He was a Kaula master of Jalandhar Pitha. They say, I did some research, they say it was in Kangra, near Kangra. The Jalandhar is not in proper Jalandhar, it was in Himachal. It was a Shakti Pit. He was a Kaula master, Shambhunatha. He said, Shambhunatha, Siddhanatha, Jagatudara. He said, forget about all books. Forget about wisdom. His one look can uplift you. One look can transform you. Shambhunatha can uplift the whole world. Who said that, when you realize Siddha Purush, books are of no avail. This bookish knowledge is nothing. When you realize the great master, he would say, I bow to Shambhunatha, I bow to Bhagavati, the Duti of Shambhunatha. So this is also a guidance for us of learning how to do progress. Then after Acharya Gupta, of course, then my biggest passion is Mata Laleshwari, 14th century mystic poetess of Kashmir. My first passion was, I have learned all her sayings. I wish to. Yesterday we had a great evening teaching Lalwaks only, and she gave the wisdom of Kashmir Shaivism in a simple Kashmiri language. And this also motivated me to learn Kashmir Shaivism. And modern Abhinav Gupta is called Swami Lakshmanju Maharaj, who has really taught us, who has really brought us. He's a modern Abhinav Gupta. And to my friends, there is a great saint, of course we don't have time to discuss wonderful, charming stories. Swami Ramji. Swami Ramji was Param Guru of Abhinav Gupta. Swami Lakshmanju. He was Param Guru of Swami Lakshmanju. Swami Ram was a mystic par excellence. He was a scholar par excellence. Like, Ram Krishna Paramhams, he was a realized master. He has not written any book. He has not given any speech. He has not given any mantra. All we know about Ram Krishna is that a diary by Mahendranath Gupta called Master M, which is called Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Somebody must have read that also. It's a diary. The Saturday, 6 p.m., I went to Master told like this, what he did. But Swami Ram was again a mystic par excellence. I mean, his look means great, but he was a scholar par excellence. It was a real combination. They say he used to teach Panchastavi classes. In one of the classes, they say Swami Ram was uttering Shloka of Mata Tripura Sundari, and he got into trance like this. And all Shishas are watching Swami Ram. 15 minutes he is in the trance only. After 15 minutes there are water drops on his face. So, Devi has sprinkled water on me. He said, arise, get up now. So it was a great combination. He was a realized master, and his disciple was Mehtab Kakji. Mehtab Kak had never read anything. It's a one-day lecture, it will learn the life of Mehtab Kak. Mehtab Kak had never gone to school, never learned anything. He was a Kaula master, a realized master. The Swamiji used to say that I learned my Vidya Guru, Maheshanath Radhan, everything. But when I got stuck up with the practice, because practice is very important, I will go to Mehtab Kak, my Guru. And our great culture, he said, he used to serve Mehtab Kak, prepare tea for him. Then he behave like, Acha. Then local Muslim gentleman, Acha, what is the news going on? What is the newspaper? Acha, oh, great, great. Then somebody says, sir, I have this problem. I have to, okay, you will cure them. Then he said he will go to bazaar with shopping with Mehtab Kak. He will say, buy something. What is the cost? I said, 6 rupees, 8 annas. He will put a hand in his pocket. 6 rupees, 8 annas. Bola, master, why do you get all this money? He said, I'm not working and you people only give me this money. That's why I'm this thing. The next time he said, he was intrigued. He will always produce new notes, brand new notes. He said, master, you are telling me about why do you get all these brand new notes? He said, yeah, you are asking too many questions. Don't ask so many questions. Oh, it was very, very great, interesting was this Mehtab Kak and how Swami Ram blessed him. It's a very great learning. Sometime we'll speak that also. Then was Swami Lakshmanju Maharaj, and we all know his story, and then our some foreign friends, and exclusive, he had given it time for them to record everything was recorded. He has created this thing. And Swami, I had a privilege every Wednesday, he will come to my auntie's house, Varikus in Havakadal, have lunch, and we used to do little errands, take his blessings of Swamiji. And I'm grateful. Swamiji is one of the great disciples, was Brahmachari Udainath Tikku, who he has really initiated me in Lalbagh. He was a realized saint. He has initiated me in the Lalbagh. That was our interaction. Now, it is very important because today, in this introduction chapter, people say, how many Shaivism? Why it is called Kashmir Shaivism? It's very interesting. How it is different from Vedantic Shaivism? To make it discussion short, I have broadly classified 4 traditions of Shaivism in India. 4 traditions of Shaivism, and first is called, I will say, Tamil Shaivism, called Shaivasiddhantam. It is very originated from Tamil Nadu. It is also very close to Shaivism of Kashmir, because Shaivasiddhantam is based on bhakti, tapasya, bhakti, and devotion to Lord Shiva. It has very close resemblance with Kashmir Shaivism. We also have 36 tattvas. It is based on the life of 42 9 Mars, they call it saints, life of the saints. And only it's a really dualistic saint tradition. Say Pashu and Parmeshwar. We are Pashu and he is Parmeshwar. By his mercy and grace, we will get transformed. In fact, most of you have gone to Hawaii, the Kauai monastery. And there's a lot of Rudraksh trees are there. And Kauai monastery, the main master was Shiva Subramaniam Swami. In fact, I think he lived till 2008 or 2007. Whenever I had a couple of trips, by that time also, I used to regularly talk at length with Shiva Subramaniam Swami, though I didn't physically meet him. He was a American great master. He was following Shaivasiddhantam. Of course, he told me his guru was in Sri Lanka. And now, of course, Mr. Bodhinatha Swami is the head of the monastery, Kauai monastery. Bodhinatha, he also comes to Delhi. They have come to my place also. But Dr. Karan Singh is very keen. He said, Are Qazi ji, you must tell, people are not aware in North India about Shaivasiddhantam. You must tell to friends in North India about this. And second Shaivism is, we call it Veer Shaiva, all Lingaites. It's called, you can call it Karnataka Shaivism. It is basically a reformist movement of Shaivism, because when only rituals take over, essence is lost, people get exploited. He said Shaivism is for everybody, all caste, everybody is invited. Who made it it was very simple for common people, called Basva's 6 Vachanas, 6 principles. And they have a Lingodhar Diksha, they Shivling, they Janyo, they attach Shivling. And it has also very close resemblance with Kashmir Shaivism. The rituals are there. And they are doing great job in education field, various fields in Karnataka. Shaivasiddhanta. Now Shaivism based on Vedanta, proper Vedanta, is Adiguru Shankaracharya Shaivism, essence of Vedanta. It is Vedanta, what is it? It's based on Upanishads. Upanishad is the essence of Vedanta. And we must, teach younger generation, they ask questions. I like in America, that's a very good thing, they ask questions. What is Vedas and Vedanta? What is Upanishad? Vedas are like basic science, and Upanishads is applied science. Vedas give you basic principle, what sun does, this moon does. Upanishad says how to live in the world. A beautiful example is Katha Upanishad, Nachket Yamraj Saman. I will not go in detail. It's a very, very interesting, beautiful thing. You must go deep and you will enjoy it when you know about it. And now, Kashmir Shaivism, its root is Agamas or Tantra. Though it is a close resemblance with Vedic Shaivism, both are Brahman, realization, tapasya, everything is same, but roots are different. Vedantic Shaivism is inspired by Upanishads, ours is inspired by Agamas. Because roots are different, fundamentally that is Brahman Satyo Jagat Mithya, and Niti, not this, through the true path. But we say everything is divine. Everything is created by Lord Shiva only. I say good is divine, bad is divine. Knowledge is the Jnanam Manda. Knowledge is bondage. Ignorance is the bondage. Because everything is totality. Integration is the goal of Kashmir Shaivism. That's the difference. So these are little broadly about Kashmir Shaivism. Now, let me go a little further. Quickly, what are the features of Kashmir Shaivism? What are the features of Kashmir Shaivism? Kashmir Shaivism is a universal spiritual philosophy which focuses on the supreme unity of the self. It accepts all the aspects of life in totality and teaches the path of realization through divine grace. So Kashmir Shaivism, 4 features I'm discussing. It's a universal spiritual philosophy. It is that we are very close, supreme unity of the self with God. Then it accepts diversity, all the aspects of life in totality, and teaches the path of realization through divine grace. Let me quickly go through these 4 features. Universal spiritual philosophy. Any caste, creed, color, everybody is welcome to study, to learn Kashmir Shaivism. So my friends, I want to address this thing. We say that Bharatvarsh, core of Sanatan Dharma, spirituality, headquarters, all spiritual. Fountain of spirituality is Bharatvarsha. But my friends, remember divine grace, God's will, God's mercies everywhere, all over the world. There are masters all over the world. All over the world, God has produced masters. Of course, plenty because of Kashmir, we say 10,000 year old, our history or more than that. We have many, many saints, many traditions, great thing, no doubt about it. But we should not think that there's no God outside India. Because, we should broaden our vision. They say even all over the world, there are great people are produced. Quoting example of one, that Italian radio Marconi. They say Marconi was a great inventor. He had a very expensive laboratory for his experiments. And his all friends will tell him, oh, but you have very poorly insured it for a very less amount. Such a costly laboratory you have got. One day what happened? His laboratory caught fire. Marconi, he was with his son John. The flames went up to the sky. He said, oh, John, go bring Mary, your mother. She won't be able to see. What a great spectacle is this. Inferno up to the sky. She won't get a chance to see this. What happened? They say, next day all his friends gather, hey, Marconi level. No, he will just examine this. Everything is finished. Though with his friends, he was examining the whole thing. He said, all good and bad has disappeared in this. Now something new will come. They say one of his very important discovery of Marconi was after the Inferno. Many masters, Galileo, he said, you are doing blasphemy. You look a very noble person. You say, earth is going around the sun. It's a blasphemy against the Bible. Only it's a death penalty. I don't want to touch you. You are this thing. He said, do your job, Judge. Then he said, Judge, I have a humble request to you. He said, next time come to my court, you talk foolishly. I will say, he is a mentally unfit person. Leave him alone, not worth wasting time on this foolish person. He said, yeah, do your job. That is, they were great masters. So I want to broaden my friend's approach. God is everywhere, universality. Of course, in Kashmir Shaivism, is essentially, you may follow any religion, anything, it is a basically technique, how to go inward and connect to the divine. That is the basic purpose of Kashmir Shaivism. So that's why we say is a universal spiritual philosophy. And secondly, it talks of supreme unity of the self with God. We are very close to God. We are the part of God. We are not at all away from the God. As you go in the sadhana, you go in higher sadhana, you will say you are just with the God only. I'll quote one of the mystics called Shamas Tabriz. You know, there was one of the known mystics, there was Jalaluddin Rumi and Shamas Tabriz. Tabriz was roaming nude. They say, king said, he's a nuisance. Get rid of him. Wherever you find, you kill him. They say, he was roaming in a jungle. They say, sir, he's a jungle. They say, burn the forest and get rid of him. They lit the forest, and from the fire came Shamas Tabriz. He said, why are you wasting this jungle wood? King was told, sir, he's a great magician. He has come unharmed, alive from the fire. He said, okay, let me meet him. King tells Shamas Tabriz, why you roam nude? He said, Sare birhana nestam daram kulahe char tarak. Who says I am without garments? I am wearing the garments of 4 renunciation. So what are those? Tark dunya, I have renounced the world. Tark ukuba, I have renounced heaven also, that you will get heaven. वो भी त्याग कर दिया है. Then tark maula, you realize God. That also I have renounced. I don't need that also. And fourth, the fruit of all the 3, tark tarak, the fruit of all renunciation, that also I have realized. So that's why these are all my garments I am wearing. So it is nothing. There are many, many examples. Great masters I have seen in my Kashmir also, that you are very close to divine. Quickly, you know, I got this idea. Some people must have learned about Kashkak. He was a great realized master. Very ordinary householder, Pandit Kashkak. They say, Meher Baba was a Parsi saint in Pune. He was a great master, Meher Baba, Avatar Meher Baba. He was in Mon, he would only write on the piece of paper. And with his American and German devotees, he went to Srinagar. American and German devotees. Tradition was they would call on Swami Lakshmanji, have a lunch. He invited for lunch, okay, come Avatarji Meher Baba. Then he gave a chit to Swamiji. There are great mystics and darwish in Kashmir. Can I meet somebody? And there was one Mr. Cole. He said, Swamiji, pass on chit. He said, he wants to meet, sir. No problem. So we can take you, sir. Let me take to Kashkak, Pandit Kashkak. So next day with Meher Baba, with German and American devotees, well-robed, silk robes and beautiful cars, went to Manjgam near Sindh River to meet Kashkak. They parked the car on one side. They had to walk a wooden bridge. They went to his very humble earthen house of Kashkak. Then he calls up, said, where is Baba? Baba kahan hai? Where is Baba? Oh, Baba is ploughing field on that side. Oh, kheti kar raha hai Baba. Baba, kheti kar raha hai. So then he told me, sir, we will have to walk about 100 yards. That field is there. And you know, maybe Baba stylish, somebody was walking with chair with him behind him, so he could sit on this and all arrangements. And Kashkak was resting on a tree, against a tree, maybe tired of ploughing the field. Then this Kolsap said, oh Baba, it's a big saint has come. Then Kashkak did pranam like to Meher Baba was on the chair. Meher Baba said, bring the silk paper, say, circulate all my people. The man before who is sitting on this mud, this man is in the 7th state of consciousness. If he orders sun to stop, sun will oblige him. So long you are here, do nothing, just seek his grace, seek his blessings and pray to this person. He circulated all the devotees. That was, you know, when you become a higher master, realized master. And they say, my elder brother, one day he went to Kashkak. One morning, it was little rain, suddenly started raining. Then he said, there's a Muslim gentleman helping in ploughing the field, cutting the crops. The master came out from his window. He said, what happened? Well, sir, this rain has started. Then he looked at the sky. See, Maini Vakti Karan, is it, do it my time only? My brother was washed. He said, within 2 minutes, rain stopped. 2nd minute, clouds disappeared. 3rd minute, sun appeared. You know, they are very close to divine. If any you go, he will know what is in your mind. He will answer you. Other man will not know what he is answering. This is when you realize in sadhana. That's how you progress in the sadhana. So Kashmir Shaivism, universal spiritual philosophy, supreme unity of the self with God. Third is diversity, accept all aspects of life in totality. कहते हैं तुझ में राम मुझ में राम सब में राम समाया सबसे कर ले प्यार जगत में कोई नहीं पराया. A divine is in everybody. If one of my friends in UK, they asked me that is it true you have 32 crore devis and devtas? I said, brother, not even God has made everybody differently, not even two snowflakes are alike. Because we Kashmiris are aware of snowflakes. I said, everybody is different. The diversity is the divine only. Behind that is one God. So last is very important. In fact, I'll be again emphasizing you maybe in the second session also. How can we get realization? It teaches the realization based on divine grace. So Kashmir Shaivism is a universal spiritual philosophy, focuses on the supreme unity of the self. It accepts all the aspects of life in totality and teaches the realization based on divine grace. The point is, how can we go, how can we get transformed? Which mantra will use to get siddhi, to get God? Which tapasya I should get with God? I will say, there's only simple principle. You realize God only by His grace. ईश्वरी अनुकंपा से ही आप ईश्वर की तरफ जा सकते हैं. It is by His grace only you will get transformed. Grace depends on His wish, not on my effort. Whom He chooses. He may choose a person we think he is not worthy of the grace. They say Ratnakar Daku became sage Valmiki, Dana Jat, many stories. Some ordinary housewife, helpless, she became a realized master. You know, I use a little story medium. You know, this makes us to think. I think my all Kashmiri friends must be aware of the great saint in Kashmir, Kralabab. Kralabab, if you read his biography, they say he got enlightenment. Well, Jai Sahab ke ghar mein he got enlightenment. That Jai Sahab was my father. So he was in our house. He was doing the household chores. In fact, I have spent a great time with him. It's also a great education and learning story, his miracles, his life. We used to go to Hari Parva together and many things. And one saint initiated him in our house. This Kralabab, his name was Bagalal, Bhagwan Das was his name. He could never gone to any school. He used to stammer also. And he became a great master, great guru. But here I want to add, please focus on this knowledge. I will be slightly diverting, but it's a great learning lesson. What do you mean by sadhu? What is a genuine sadhu? You can learn what is genuine sadhu. Quickly I'll say, because of my job, I got, cut off. I used to go to Pune, Calcutta, this place I was because of my job. So there was a 12-year gap. I had not met this. Now he had become a great saint, Kralabab. He was at a Takkar near Kupara was his ashram. So I had a Muslim friend. He was excise and taxation officer. He had a duty that said, let me come with you. I want to have darshan of Kralabab. So we went there. Because there is no telephone. He may be there, may not be there. He said, just take a chance. So we went there. I told him, is it Kralabab is there? He said, yes, sir, he is there. So beautiful place. There's a Khirbani temple inside and wonderful place. Somebody must have visited Takkar also, I don't know. Some of my friends. Then it was a huge rectangular hall, and he was, one corner, he was hookah. And a lot of some Hindus, Muslims, somebody was a minister, Muslim gentleman, minister had come, Sardars and everything. And when I went to him, I did not do pranam or show some respect because he has brought me up. After 12 years, I virtually bumped to him. I told him in a crude Kashmiri, do you recognize me? Do you recognize me? I almost hugged him. He was wearing a parrot. And he said, oh, you are Munna. Are you not Munna, Gopinath's son? And others frowned at me, said, this person, he has did not give any respect, just, he has taken liberty with a great unknown person. He's taking liberty with a saint. He just looked at me. He told him, oh, foolish people, what are you looking? I have brought him up. I was a cook in their house. And then one gentleman said, sir, then all said, we are very sorry. He has character of a saint. Otherwise, saint, two mantras, he said, I am talking to Lord Shiva, I am great man, and this man, billionaire, is beating me, and somebody is coming this. This man said, before minister, he said, I was a servant, he told before a minister. This is the character of, this is how we should, why I am telling you this story, what is you recognize the saint. And then one man got up, he said, sir, we are very ignorant people, we are worldly people. He narrated a story of some cook, how he was doing cooking, then he got divine realization and sadhana and other things. So point is, how can he get realization? By his grace, and which is independent of human effort. Grace can come on that person whom he chooses. Maybe in my second session also, I will not repeat it, but this is very important for the sadhana. And then what we should do if wahi Bhagavan karta hai. I tell people, we cook food in stainless steel utensils. And earlier times, there used to be brass utensils in Kashmir. There used to be brass, and every 6 months, 1 year, we used to tin coating karte the, kalai. First we will clean it very thoroughly, then it will be fit for tin coating. So that, food will not get spoiled in cooking. That was our tradition. So I say, make your pot as immaculate, so that it is worthy of the the coating. So tin coating is a divine grace, and our cleaning is our effort, which will be a part of my second leg after lunch. We will have that. Effort we should make to be worthy of His grace. That also is beautifully described by Acharya Manuk. That is the kriya, that is a part of it, which can we have in the second session. Because Acharya Abanugu says that grace is in everybody. Without grace, nobody can survive. In Jad and Chaitanya, in living and non-living, everything is divine grace. Patta bhi uske bagher nahi hil sakta hai. That's all grace. Only thing is, some have less grace, some have more grace, and some have extreme grace. Some are born with great grace, masters. When you have extreme grace, means with little effort you can get transformed. Masters, Ramakrishna, Paramhams, Guru Nanak, they are born Kabir. They have no guru. They are just realized masters. They are born with a realized grace. And then some have higher grace, and we, of course, lower level of grace, all of us, we do. So what we have to do, of course, that also will be part of my after lunch session. So enough to learn is that we can get realization only by His grace, and which is independent of human effort. Grace can come only on those whom He chooses. And what we have to do? We have to do an effort to be worthy of His grace. That what are the efforts which are given in Shiv Sutra will be again, I will explore it. Now, having said this, Kashmir Shaivism, for our study, for beginners, it's very important. We should have a very good grinding of the basic level of learning. Nothing to get scared. People say we are scared of Kashmir Shaivism. Please don't get scared. It's a beautiful knowledge. Learn these basics. It is very important. Learn this basic very thoroughly. So, for my friends, I have given a little syllabus. What is Kashmir Shaivism? What you must study, and what is the book you must read. And I am cautioning people. Now it's a modern world, YouTube, 90% all is bogus knowledge, many books of no use. Read only books from master who has done a sadhana. That is the only knowledge you must get. We do guidance books, which book you should read and totally. So basically my syllabus is, first you must know about what is the ultimate reality, nature of ultimate reality, that is Paramashiva. Next is how Shiva becomes Jiva. Third is how Jiva can go back to Shivahood. How he can go back to Shivahood. You know, these are systematic learning. Ultimate reality, how it comes down to the level of Jiva. Shiva becomes Jiva. Next, how Jiva can go to Shivahood. And then I talk of principle of 3, 4 and 5. This is enough knowledge. This 3, 4, 5 is how the play of the world runs. I'll be describing this now itself. We call it 3 malas. 4 stages in the manifestation of speech and 5 great acts of Lord Shiva. I'll come to that. Now, coming to Parama Shiva. Parama Shiva is the ultimate reality. Call him by any name. It is called Parasamvit, the changeless principle behind all changes. It is the ultimate supreme consciousness, you can call it. Everything comes from Parama Shiva, goes back to Parama Shiva. It is a fundamental reality. You know, Acharya Amanagut commentary in Paratramishka gives 16 definitions of Parama Shiva. Very interesting to read. So keep this in mind. Parama Shiva is the basic reality. One should read Parama Shiva's attributes thoroughly. And it's not difficult at all. I want that. Please don't think Kashmir has a little bit knowledge. You will get whatever, how it will help you. My reading sessions will guide you in the sadhana. That whether my sadhana is focused, very simple. Beginning you will feel a little bit, but you will become a better human being in your own field. Whether you are a software engineer, anything, businessman, you will all become a better businessman, better software engineer. You are a grahasthi, you will become a charming grahastha. You will spread bliss. Little bit knowledge. They say Parama Shivas, he constantly creates 5 acts. He creates 5 acts. What are the 5 acts? Chit, Anand, Ichha, Gyan and Kriya. That Shiv Tattva, the self-immunity, then he creates Anand Shakti, the Shakti Tattva, Vimarshini Mata. Then Ichha, Gyan and Kriya, there are 2, supreme will, supreme knowledge and supreme action, which I will be talking now. So this is the attributes of ultimate reality, Parama Shiva. Now next point is how we come down from Shiva to Jiva. Great descent. Why Lord Parama Shiva wants to enjoy the play? Enjoy the play, he wants to enjoy the fun. Let me come down to the level, human level, just for the fun. Just let me do this Kriya. And Swamiji says, just to bliss us. He makes this get us this realization. He does this Kriya, coming down to the human level. So we say, Parama Shiva's first tattva is again Chit, Anand, Ichha, Gyan, Kriya. First creation is Shiv Tattva. Shiv Tattva is the Prakasha Shakti, the light. It is like sea is the Shiv Tattva. Then Parama Shiva creates Ananda Shakti. Shakti is a Vimarshini Mata. Shiv is Prakasha, Shakti is experience, experience of the Shakti, of the Prakasha. To know the Prakasha is the Vimarshini Mata. Shakti is called, it is a mother of Kriya Shakti. Everything, all energy, everything comes through Shakti only. Shakti is a creative force. Shakti is a Spanda. Creator of Spanda is Shakti. Now the Shakti has 3 powerful tools. They say Sadashiv Tattva, Ishvara Tattva and Shuddha Vidya Tattva. That means to create, I must have first will to create, supreme will to create, that is Sadashiv Tattva. It's a very beautiful. Then, actually we are coming down. Next is supreme capability to create. That's called Ishwar Tattva. And supreme knowledge to create, Ishwar Tattva. Then supreme capability Tattva, Kriya Shakti, Ishwar Tattva. So these are 5 plus 1 is beautiful. Next comes Maya Tattva. Then Lord Shiva says that's the difference between Vedanta and Kashmir Shaivism. They say to enjoy, everything is Shiva, then maza nahi aayega, there'll be no charm. Let us do some mistake, get indulged. So Lord Shiva creates power of limitation. That is the Maya Shakti. Maya creates 5 limitations. Vidya, Kala, Rag, Niti. I know everything. But here I know only this much. I don't know that much. That's limited knowledge. Acha, Rag, I am all Lord Shiva. No, he is my son. He is my friend. He is not my friend. The limitation of this is called Vidya, this Raga. Then Kala, I am all present. No. I am in this 25, not eternal. Then Niti, universal, I am everywhere. No, I am in America, not in India. So this limitation, they say even the calm, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar is a product of Niti, of this Maya Shakti. And with this limited being, and Shiv becomes Purusha, the limited being. And Shakti plus limitation become Prakriti, the nature, his nature. Then comes Buddhi, Manas, Ahankar. Then Ahankar has got 5 Jnanendri, Karmandri, Tanmatras. It is better to read it. I can even tell you it may take time, but I can read all the 36 tattvas to you. The point is, it is a downward journey from subtle to gross. So subtle to gross is a downward journey from Shiva to Jiva. And the last tattvas are very important. Last tattvas are Panch Mahabhutas, 5 gross tattvas. And top is the ether, then Vayu, Agni, Jal and Prithvi. So 36 tattva is Prithvi. Now you see subtle thing. Above Prithvi is Jal. Jal is always subtler than Prithvi. You know, Bhad will be, it can shake the whole earth. Water can shake the whole earth. But water is subtler, earth is more gross. And above water is Agni. Agni can drive the water. When Agni is there, water is there. Agni is subtler than the water. That means he is subtle, more powerful. Then above Agni is the Vayu. Vayu can blow up the Agni. And above this Vayu is, we call it Akash, ether, who holds all the 4 tattvas. Ether is subtler, but ether is he holds all the tattvas. So, in fact, I have a kriya that, of course, I will narrate in, but that's for young people. You must look at do the kriya on the ether Akash. They will be good. That's actually mainly for young people also I do that. Now, first I said attributes of Paramashiva, then how Shiva becomes Jiva. It's very interesting. When he wants to come down, he first says, Aham, Aham, Idam, Aham. Everything is mine. Then he slowly knows that is separate, I am separate. Slowly come down to Maya. It's a very beautiful journey of 36 tattvas. Now, the point is, which I was telling about grace and how we go back to the God. Now I have come down to the God level, human level. Now, how a human being can find his divine nature? How can we go? Which is again described by his grace only. And his grace is in everybody, just now I said. And please remember, there are 4 levels of realization. There are 4 levels. The prayas, our effort is categorized into 4 categories to realize the divine. To realize the divine. Again, repeat, please don't be hesitant. If you don't understand, please ask me. How can we go back to God? By His mercy. What can I do? I can make effort to be worthy of that. Now, that effort is made in 4 categories. In the 4 categories. Okay? So, we say, highest category is called Anupai. Anupai is a means of no means. When you are extreme grace, you are created by God to enlighten the world. Guru ki zarurat nahi, kisi ka zarurat, no need anybody. That's called the Tirutam Shaktipat, extreme grace you have got. They say, a student went to a Guru. Sir, teach me the realization. Guru looked at the student. He said, give me Guru Dakshina. He said, sir, okay, but his system is, I learned, then I go Guru Dakshina. He told him that, my dear son, there is so much grace in you. I have to only tell you who you are. Then you will be worthy of my Guru. You will become realized by my little bit lecture. How can take Guru Dakshina from my Guru? So give me Guru Dakshina now. The point is, this is when state of Anupaya, we call it means of no means, in which zero effort, 100% grace. Now beyond that fourth, then comes 1, 2, 3. Beyond that is called Shambhavapaya. We call it highest means. When you are a realized person, grace, highest grace, is called energy of will. I will again come back to this. I say there is only 10% effort and 90% grace of the Lord. Below that is called energy of contemplation, thinking. And when you contemplate, that's called Shaktopaya. I call there is 50% effort and 50% grace. Beyond that is Anvopai, a means of, we call inferior means. That applies to all of us. Fourth level. हम इसी category में फंसे हैं. You know, we are all struggling in Anvopai. Is the energy of action. Energy of action. I call it there is 90% effort, only 10% grace. This is a Shiv Sutras describe basically Anupai doesn't talk because nothing has to be done. Shiv Sutras talk of Shambhopaya, Shaktopaya and Anupaya. This, we are all in Anupaya. It is very, maximum chapter is devoted to Anupaya. Now there are again 4 kriyas of Anupaya. Highest is Dhyana Yoga, Uchari Yoga, Karana Yoga, then Sathana Parikalpana. Oh, this Anupaya is interesting. At lowest again is Tirath Yatra, temple mein jao, that's lower level. Above that is Karana Yoga. Tratak, body, this one, Kriya, Bhaira Mudra, Vagar, that is when you use the body, eyes, ears, that is called Karana Yoga. Above that is Uchari Yoga, means breathing. Uchari Yoga is extensively used in our Hindu traditions. Focus on the breath, inhale, exhale, and go with the travel with the Gyan, and we do in Vijnana Bhairava's Dharana also talks of Uchari Yoga. And again, highest is called Dhyana Yoga. Dhyana Yoga is a contemplation on, either on a lotus feet of Guru, on the Guru's picture, or you can contemplate with mantra. And they say mantra is always powerful than the dhyana. So these are basically 4 categories. Please sum up. When you do sadhana, always sum up. What category I am doing? मैं कहाँ हूँ? Where I am? Am I on this fourth में क्या progress है? In fourth also तीर्थ यात्रा पर हूँ कि थोड़ा body का कर रहा हूँ कि विचार कर रहा हूँ कि ध्यान पर कर रहा हूँ? Where I am? And in my kriya, what I do, that will be my part of next session. I am trying to push my student, मैं धक्का मार रहा हूँ. To they should go to third category, because then grace starts in abundance. God will lift your hand like this. That is my humble effort is there. And then after nothing is done, there is a higher and higher grace. Oh, फिर आगे आनंद ही आनंद है. कोई परवाह करने, you do not bother at all. So that is my effort. Now coming back to third chapter, how to go back to the God by His grace. What are the efforts? Our efforts are in 4 categorized: extreme grace, higher grace, medium grace and lower grace. I hope, because this is a very important thing when we talk of sadhana. We will not be repeating this much, but you must focus on that. Uparji, does it make sense a little bit? Good, I am happy. And whatever you do, you say that what category I belong to, where I am, so that I can at least progress. You be your own guru, you will be your own guru. Now, it's also very important, it's little syllabus I tell you. Paramashiva, Shiva to Jiva, Jiva goes back to Shiva. Now principle of 3, 4 and 5. What are 3, 4 and 5? It's because this is how the world play. These are not only Kashmir Shaivism, I'll tell you the fundamentals of Hinduism, including Buddhism. These are all Kriya oriented, because in sadhana will be based on this. I call it 3 malas. 3 malas. The principle of 3 malas. God creates, Lord Shiva creates 3 malas: Anomal, Mayamal and Karamal. 3 impurities to run the play of the world. Lord Shiva puts an injection in us. First injection of Anomal, which takes us to Mayamal, and then takes us to Karamal. But I was yesterday evening, our great contribution by Swami Lakshmanju. And we have some of the foreign Kashmiri. I wish we had the resources. We must, it's very important. We must get it translated to English. We can, from Kashmiri to English, he has done commentary of Tantra Loka in Kashmir. It is with me. They have the gift they have given me that they are not, it's not available anywhere. That pen drive is with me of Tantra Loka. He beautifully explained. Just kindly, I want to have your attention. What is honor? First weakness. So Swamiji's words said. Swamiji says, there is a child, bacha, 6 month child. You know, now he starts crawling. At the age of 6, what you'll do? You'll give him a toy. He will take the toy. Oh, for 2 minutes, throw away. Then he will give another toy. Throw away. Then he'll go to look for the shoe, look for the utensils, play. Is child, now very important. Here I want you a little bit attention. Is child playing with a toy? No, child is playing with curiosity. Please just listen to me carefully. Child is playing with a curiosity which has no purpose. It's purely for the sake of curiosity child is playing. It has no purpose. So, beautifully he has explained, a lot of scholars appreciate this, how nicely Swamiji has described Anomal. They say this is Anomal. Curiosity. They say Jiva is in the company of Lord Shiva, in total bliss and Ananda. But unfortunately he gets this curiosity. What is outside Lord Shiva? This is just for curiosity. This is Anomal. This curiosity leads to Mayamal, limitations which you describe. He is mine, he is not mine. That my mind is polluted with limitations, from the universality of Shiva to limitations, Mayamal. Now I have to express outside. That's called Karamal, Kriya. I will work hard and get first. I will not get failed. Do this action, it will help me. Do that action, it will not help me. That is expression outside is called Karamal. They say when a person dies, he is born with the samskara of Karamal. The Janam Maran, and Bhagavad Gita says, you must do Nishkam Karam, then you will get Mukti of the Karamal. But Kashmir Shaivism gives a little more formula. He says, why bother? Lord Shiva is the doer, Lord Shiva is the enjoyer. I'm not the doer. That is a master way of getting rid of Karamal. And I will tell you practically, just remember your relations, your mother's friend, father's friend, or somebody whom everybody used to respect, a noble soul. See, we see the practical side. He will never be moved by sorry also. This too shall pass. Or some good event, thank God. That equanimity, that is a Karamal who comes really mastered the Karamal, who thinks that God is the doer. That is the best way to come out of the Karamal. In fact, I further qualified in my next this thing. If you are really think that God is the doer, I am doing some action, I go for some mission, some problems have come, I am in trouble, problems have come. It is called wheeling and revealing energy of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is doing that problem also. If you believe in Lord Shiva, you say problem has come, problem has been taken care of by Lord Shiva only. Follow my point? And many people tell me, sir, we have been following this now, our load is taken off our head. Kal kya hoga, we are worried about tomorrow. No. God is a doer. Today is good, tomorrow is good. Problem also will be taken care of by Lord Shiva. You will see practically. Otherwise, if I am the doer, what will happen? They say, hum murakh jo kaam bigade, Ramo kaaj banaye re. We will only make a mess. Only God will mend everything. So, this is the Karamal. They say Mayamal is an impression, bad impression. They say a Mayamal person, in this very life, he will get the reward of that. He is not bothering everybody, nobody will bother about him. He will have suffering in this very life. And technically, this Anomal, which I started beginning, curiosity, they say even it doesn't, it's a difficult thing. Even it can't, saints cannot escape this Anomal. You say Vishwamitra Menaka, it is also instant. Suppose I see some jalebi, let me also have something. Instant reaction is Anomal. How can you come out of Anomal? Ajpar Acharya Abhinagupt, after doing so noble, become so noble, then Sharagatam, surrender to Lord Shiva. Oh, because of you only, I have made this. That only can save you from Anomal. Coming back a little more on these Mallas, in Shiv Sutra, first chapter, Shambhopai, it starts with Chaitanyam Atma. Chaitanyam Atma means you are the part of the whole universe. You are everything. But again, like that kid, now I get a doubt, curiosity. Second chapter is Jnanam Bandha. Knowledge the bondage. Which knowledge the bondage? I am not the universal consciousness. If you have any doubt on Chaitanya Atma, second formula is there. That is Anamal. That's why called Jnanam Bandha. Which Jnanam? That I am away from Chaitanya Atma. Then third Sutra of Shiv Sloka says, Yoni Varga Kala Shariram. That is only Lord Shiva. I only created Mayamal also. I only created Karamal also. It is mera hi kaam hai. Bhagavan bolta hai. God, I am the doer of all these Mallas also. Yoni Varga Kala Shariram. Fourth is Jnana Drishtana Matrika. The mother goddess controls these Mallas. And she remains hidden and unrealized. She has thrown this place, putting us into trouble. She is enjoying. So that, we get engaged in all these worldly chakras. But when there's a grace, fifth shloka is a mantra, Udyamo Bhairava. Who does the Udyam? Lord Shiva is the Udyam. His grace, all the Mallas are destroyed in a single flash by His grace. That's why all the three Mallas are covered in this first 5 shlokas of Shiv Sutras. Coming to this Mayamal. Now, second is, because these are all important about sadhana, this helps our sadhana. Fourth is, 4 stages in the manifestation of speech. Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama, Vaikhari. These are the very, very important for our sadhana. I talked to something, Shaivism. It is Vaikhari, it is uttered speech. I cannot take it back. Outer creation, it is Vaikhari. In fact, this painting or this is a Vaikhari, this thing. Now, before Vaikhari, before I taught Shaivism, there is Madhyama, mental speech. Acha, I have to teach this system, simple way. When I form definite and clear ideas in my mind, that is Madhyama, mental speech. Or even I have to write something for Project Shikha, and that is Madhyama, mental speech. We always say, if you talk Om Namah Shivaya, uttered speech, mental speech is more for Madhyama, mentally recite Om Namah Shivaya. That also I'll tell in this second session. That is more powerful. Madhyama is always more powerful than the Vaikhari. Now, before mental speech comes Pashyanti. Pashyanti is called beholding speech. That's a vision. That's inspiration. And our Swami Lakshmanji says, Pashyanti is that on a Shankaracharya hill. You see all total view. A school, a lake, and pond, and these houses. Broader view. That is the beholding speech, that is Pashyanti. Pashyanti also can be Ajapa Jap, where Jap becomes automatic. Pashyanti is the vision, through Pashyanti level we transfer the knowledge, mental level. And before Pashyanti is called Para, the supreme speech. Para is the basis, Paravani, supreme speech is in every level, which is the mother goddess for everything. So, as we say, we must progress from Vaikhari to Madhyama, Madhyama to Pashyanti. Para is automatic. Para, you cannot go to Para, but you can try for this. From Vaikhari, go to Madhyama, go to Pashyanti. Okay? So, this is very important. 4 stages in the manifesto of speech. And then, just 5 minutes and then we can, just 5 minutes only. Because let me complete this, that's almost completing. There is called Panchkrit, 5 great acts of Lord Shiva. But I want to make it as simple, come down to your level, so that you can follow it up. 5 great acts of Lord Shiva. We know Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, Palanhar, and dissolution is by Mahesh. We in Kashmir Shaivism says, it is not created. It is emanation. मैं अपना ही स्वरूप प्रकट करता हूँ. I create my own form. Then I sustain it. Then I withdraw it. But then if God does everything, then why are we responsible? Lord Shiva says here, I do 2 more acts. I do 2 more acts. What are those 2 more acts? 4th is Tirodhan Kriya, wheeling act. And 5th is revealing action, Anugrah. That means I have all the creation, sustenance and dissolution, but I remain in hiding. I go behind the curtain. Why? Let me see the Nazara. When I come in wheeling, then you become master, you become great, this is mine. You indulge in worldly affairs because of it's also Tirodhan act of Lord Shiva. Then who will take you, who can take Lord Shiva out of his curtain? Who? When other himself, then he does the mercy on us, he does the revealing act. No worry, this is the realization, this is the true path. But I make it very light. They say, I go to hotel, big hotel for lunch. Going is a creation. I enjoy the lunch. There is a sustenance. Okay, I am out of lunch, I come back to my home. That is dissolution. Now I think of all dishes and other things, lunch. That is Tirodhan revealing action. Then I say, oh, God's grace, maybe acha tha. That is also grace of God. That is this thing. They say Lord Shiva does this panch acts continuously to seek to engage the people in the worldly affairs. They are principle of 5 acts. Now, this is the all knowledge session, and it's very simple. My request is only this. There are some books, like this, very popular. It's a very old version. Is oldest Kashmir Shaivism by Swami Lakmanju. We should read these chapters concerned from masters. And I also recommend this thing. Baba Mukhananda's book is there. It's very simple for beginners. Because you have a good software copy also. Very, very simply, and Rishik will provide all these things. You can catch him for any material, anything, he will do this. So after this, we'll have a little bit tiffin, and then we can start the experience session. In the meantime, anything question you can ask, anything you have. No, this is a ho gaya na.
So I would like to request you all to right after this proceed for some prasad. That is equivalent of lunch for today. And then we'll try to come back within 20 minutes to continue the next session. And before we walk away from here, I wanted to read out a couple of acknowledgements, if you can bear with me. First and foremost, I want to thank and acknowledge Avanti Foundation, who has been providing all the logistics support for Shaivite.org to operate. And in a minute, I would like to request Sanjeev ji, Mr. Sanjeev Kak, who is the current president of the Avanti Foundation, to share the projects that they are working on and how they plan to expand different initiatives over the next few years. Right after that, I want to thank Kashmiri Overseas Association, KOA, who have extended unconditional support for all the events that we do, Shaivite.org does. And we have the president of KOA, Mr. Upar Kotru, over here. Right after Sanjeev ji, I'll request Upar ji to join us and share the projects of KOA and what are some of the big projects that are coming up. And finally, I want to thank Shri Surabhi Gokshetra, Krishna Prabhu, who has allowed us this wonderful, pure, sacred space where we can, sit like we are sitting in back home in India in our, native experience. As Qazi Sahab also mentioned, he felt like he was sitting in Mathura, Vrindavan, rather than sitting in Pleasanton, California. So we are very privileged to have this facility and the support from the community. And at this point, I'm going to say a few more things, but I don't want you to sit and listen. You can please start moving towards having prasad. I'm just going to say these a few things after we have Mr. Sanjeev Kak and Mr. Upar go through, say a few words. Sanjeev ji, please.
I can. Thank you. Thank you, Mara. Thank you. I have few words to say. First of all, thank you so much, Rishik ji, for doing what you are doing, for making this happen. Your passion, your dedication, and everything you do in Kashmir Shaivism itself means a lot for our community here and everywhere in the world. So thank you for and that website and what you do every hour, every day, every minute. It means a lot to all of us. So thank you for that. Qazi ji, namaskar. Thank you so much for visiting us and teaching us about Kashmir Shaivism and everything what life is about. And this is what we all should follow. But I appreciate all of you coming here and listening to him today. After lunch, it will be the next session. So please stay back and do that. And after that, if you have questions for him, which I know you will all have, please do ask him those questions. Now about the Avanti Foundation, I'll be very quick and I will basically be very brief. Avanti Foundation is a very young organization, only few years old, but it has very big dreams and it's a big heart. We do a lot of events. We do events like these. We do events which are more on Indic front. That means to preserve and promote Indic heritage. Oh, thank you. Preserve and promote Indic heritage. So in events, if you want to kind of know more about our events which happened in past, which are happening in future, please visit our website. It is www.theavantifoundation.org. A lot of events are listed there. And we have many coming very soon. I won't disclose them because it will be injustice to those who are working hard on those events. And some of them are really related to Kashmir itself, like what you just now heard from Qazi ji. Some of them are really most of rest of the India and wherever we find certain events which are worth kind of enacting here or basically organizing here. We do a lot of projects. And we finished one of the key flagship projects earlier this year. 2 years back, Avanti Foundation, I have Arushil ji also here, he is part of the board, and I have Naveen ji and Rajesh ji, they couldn't make it because they are actually working towards September 14th event, which is happening next Sunday between 11 and 1 p.m. September 14th, all the Kashmiris here should know what it means, what it signifies. For non-Kashmiris, it is the Martyrs' Day or Balidan Divas in Kashmir. That is when one of our only leader, who was also a BJP president of Kashmir, he was gunned down broad daylight by terrorists on September 14th, 1989. So from that day onwards, we basically consider this as a Balidan Divas of Kashmir. But the one which is happening on September 14th, this Sunday, or next Sunday, sorry, it's actually for all over India, any Indian who has given life for Kashmir, ultimate sacrifice for Kashmir, will be honoring those. And please do come. If you have not, if you don't know where to sign up, we have the link, we'll provide you the link. But anyway, going back to projects, 2 years back, we started a project which was called Project Drishti. That was with a single aim that we want to build a cataract hospital in Jammu for the people who need cataract surgeries. And it was a big project. Initially, we thought it will be very difficult to achieve, but everybody here, every individual, whether it individual from Kashmir or rest of the India, they came forward and donated towards that. And glad to say that on June 16th this year, we, am I on this side? Okay. June 16th this year, we inaugurated that. And 2 days back, the first 8 surgeries in that hospital under Ramakrishna Mission were performed in Jammu. So this will continue. Everything is happening as it would be. Avanti is very least involved now because our job was to get the hospital done, and after that hand it over to Ramakrishna Mission, which has happened. So glad to say that. Next, you are seeing here on the right hand side, that is our next flagship project. Again, as I said, we have big dreams. It is actually 4,000 schools in India which will get education, and India means it is in Jammu, 15 schools in Jammu, 3,000 schools in Orissa, 800 schools in Bihar. It is 4,000 schools which will get educated for next 1 year on AI. Pure, nothing else. From 8th standard to 12th standards, we're going to teach them what AI is all about so they can be ready for future. So that is one. Second, we are also educating 8 girls, which is already in progress now. 8 girls in Katihar, Bihar, and thank you to Jay Nairji for introducing me to Raviji for that. 8 students who actually are worthy of becoming IAS officers, engineers and doctors. That is happening in Katihar. And then we also have under Amarnath Vaishnavi Trust, we also are educating 7 other students who really deserve and cannot afford that education. So that was the smaller part, but the bigger one which we are asking for donation from all of you and everybody around is to donate for those 4,000 schools where we are going to impart AI education. Because AI is the next phase of high tech. We need to get them ready before they go to college, before they go into professions. So that is the dream, that is the flagship project. So please support it. And then we have the third one which is coming, which we haven't started because we want to finish this one first, which is called Project Virka. Virka in Sanskrit is kidney. We want to develop some hospitals in remote regions of India, including Jammu, Kashmir and everywhere else, to help with the dialysis of patients who face kidney failures. Because I don't know how many of you know, in United States, a dialysis patient lives for 20 years easily on dialysis. Any guess what it takes, how much is the lifespan in India on dialysis? It's 3 years. Just in 3 years they cannot. The reason is simple. They just avoid going to those centers because they either cannot afford it or it is too far away from their place. So we want to take that away. We are working with an organization right now who has around 500. We want to increase it to 5,000. And that is the dream, next flagship project, but it will take some time. It's not that easy because there's a lot of government involvement in this, taking those. So those are the things which we are doing. Apart from that, there are a lot of events. Do support us, do come to those events, do donate. Thank you so much, Rishik ji, for all that, and thank you, Qazi ji and Mrs. Qazi ji, for being here with us and taking time. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjeev ji. All the best for all the projects. Now I'll request Upahar ji to join us here. Once again, Mr. Upahar Kotru is the president of Kashmir Overseas Association.
Thank you, Rishik ji. Namaskar, namaskar, and namaste to everybody. Thank you so much, Virendra ji. It was, every time I listen to you, there is always something that you learn. And this is a vast topic. Thank you for taking our time to educate all of us on this very, very integral part of our civilization. And I'm the current custodian of Kashmiri Overseas Association, thanks to all of you who have been a rock solid support. But I will mention that we have forefathers of this organization, in the sense the founders of this organization. Jeevan ji is here, one of the founding members of Kashmiri Overseas Association. Vijay ji has been involved, I think from early days as well. And truly this organization was formed to become the connecting tissue of our community away from home, that's Kashmir, here in the United States, back in 1980s, I think 1983. And obviously it has evolved over the last 40 years to an organization currently which is across all 50 states in the United States. We have 10 zonal zones, we have dozens of chapters, and truly, it's a grassroots-driven organization where, our communities bond together to celebrate our rituals, to celebrate our culture, to keep our, identity alive in whichever communities we are in the United States. At the same time, we acknowledge and understand, especially after what happened in 1990, our community has been suffering. Even today, like last year, I was visiting Jammu, and there are migrant camps where thousands of our community members are still struggling with some of the basic needs. So thanks to our phenomenal support from the community here, we have been able to support education of kids. Obviously, there's always more that can be done. So thanks, Sanjeev ji, for picking up this very important project. And hopefully we can partner and align and benefit with some of the things that you have been doing. We have been supporting medical emergencies for families who cannot afford, and medical expenses, in recent years have phenomenally grown in India. And and there are so many other aspects about, how do we keep our culture alive. Virendra ji, thank you. 2 years back, you were at our Kashmiri Overseas Association camp, and that gave us opportunity, because there is so much of lack of knowledge about our own culture, thanks to what has happened over the decades of uprooting from our native land. So I think initiatives like these are integral part and focus, and we would love to sort of Rishik ji, thank you for picking up this. I know this takes a lot of effort. So yeah, KOA is I think we all are part of KOA, especially the Kashmiri community here, and I mean there are so many common themes, and there is so many common mission that we can certainly make a bigger impact joining hands. So thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you, Upahar ji. Once again, Kashmiri Overseas Association is the backbone of the community, and we all are indeed members of that. And then there will always be small initiatives here and there that will continue to happen, which I believe Upahar ji and the leadership of KOA has supported and will continue to support, for which I am grateful. Now I'll request everybody to please proceed to the prasad, and I'll keep saying a few things, that'll play in the back of your mind. So no need to sit here to listen to this. So as I mentioned a minute ago that, yes. So those who are here are headed for getting some prasad, and those who are watching online, I will request you to stay around, because we have a few more announcements, and then we will continue to the second part of our session, which is more towards the sadhana and how to practice Kashmir Shaivism. So we should be back in about 20 minutes, and we'll resume from there. So one more announcement I wanted to make over here was that the Kashmiri community is trying to build a Mata Kheer Bhavani temple and community center. We have been looking at different locations, different properties where we want to set up a community center, a temple, a farm, basically a home for the community where we can feel the same way we feel about visiting Tulmul in Kashmir. So this initiative requires large collaboration from across the community, and we have the founding members standing right next to me, Sanjeev ji, Upahar ji, Vijay ji, and then there are countless other people who are currently working towards building this dream into reality. We are in the process of raising funds, and we are making a lot of progress with God's grace, with Mata Rani's grace, and we will continue to need support from the community to make this dream a reality. So today over here, we will be collecting additional donations and pledges, as well as anybody who's watching online. You can reach out to us either on the avantifoundation.org, Shaivite.org, or koausa.org and ask about Mata Kheer Bhavani Temple and Community Center in California. We will be happy to sit down with you, share the entire project plan with you. We would be happy to explain the financial plan and how we envision this temple, this community center, this farm will come into being. I will quickly request Sanjeev ji and Upahar ji and Vijay ji to add a couple of words on this project.
Yeah, so quickly, as Rishik ji mentioned, so it'll be a center which is rooted in our spirituality, but at the same time, it'll be something which will appeal to the next generation. So it'll, while rooted with a Kheer Bhavani theme, a big focus on a heritage center, on, remembrance about, our community, what community has suffered. So it's going to be something that's going to keep our culture, our history alive, and obviously, being a spiritual theme on Kheer Bhavani. At this point in time, we have created legal entities, and we are actively seeking funds, and we are actively looking at potential locations. So we would really appreciate if you are interested to reach out to any of us, and we'll be more than happy to give you more details about the initiative, where we stand from a financial standpoint, and what our next steps are. Thank you.
Thank you, Qazi. So we'll be back in under 20 minutes.